that and other major headlines. Rufai, good morning and welcome to the program. And let us hear more about this subsidy that we promised we're going to continue talking about this morning.
All right, so let's continue the subsidy debate today. You see, the reason why people are complaining about the subsidy is that it has not worked for the common man. It has worked for President Tinubu and his friends. The so-called savings that they said they've made and infrastructure, most of the contracts are given to their friends. The entire amount that they claim they made from the subsidy, they use it to go and start a new contract, Coastal Road. It is his friend and counsel that is doing the contract. So it's a way of subsidizing his friend, putting more money in the pockets of his friends. And that's what they are doing today as we speak in the country. So the subsidy has not benefited people. And you see, that's why when we're making the argument then, we all thought government can be trustworthy. Government is not going to be trustworthy. We all made the argument, they should invest the money in agriculture education. Government has shown that they can't invest the money in agriculture education or anything because government is not trustworthy. So what's the better pill? Is it not just better that they put it back for the people that are now suffering all of this, that they've not been able to improve their lives? That's just it. And the model they've all talked about is a model we should interrogate. I think now what we should be asking Atiku Abubakar and his team is, he should give us a concise modeling of how he's going to do this subsidy for the producers. Is he going to do tax breaks? He said he's going to be capped. He should give us a modeling. How much is he going to subsidize? Because he can't, let's not deceive ourselves, he can't subsidize everything entirely. No. In fact, as at, what's it called? As at 2024, as at 2024 into 2025, the model of subsidy NMPC was still doing them, because when they were lying that subsidy didn't go anywhere. Subsidy was just clearly gone maybe after 2025. The model of subsidy they were doing there was that they were buying from Dangote refinery at about 800 and something and pushing it to their marketers at about 700 and something. That's what they were doing. So there was still a form of subsidy on the rest. So those that now even make the blind argument that queues have gone. As at 2024, 2025, government was still subsidizing, but queues had gone then. It was just a supply problem. And the reason why you have queues was because then NMPC used to import. And import logistics and everything used to be a problem. That was why you had queues. It was not because of anything. It was not because of the subsidy. It was because of the import logistics. It was even part of the import logistics that, if you remember, we imported bad fuel into Nigeria. A batch particularly was bad, that it caused knocking of engine in 2021, to like 5 years ago. But now with Dangote refinery that has immense capacity, all of that has reduced greatly, because to a large extent you can now have a case where the importation, you don't even need to import, you get it here, you get quality, it's from a refinery here, you can trace and track the batch and everything. But for those that are making the argument, there used to be long queues. When we were subsidizing in 2024, 2025, there was still import, there was still no queues. So it's just queues is just a program of logistics. The scarcity used to come about then when you will have maybe an import batch is delayed, and the marketer sense that an import batch is delayed, and they panic and they start to hoard. Then when hoarding starts, panic buying starts. That's why we used to have queues. Now the difference is the case, because we have a refinery. And in all of this, we have not accounted for the 3 trillion. Over 3 trillion they spent, $3 billion they spent to revamp the refinery. Where is the money? In all of this, they have not also told us the terms and conditions of the 5 trillion loan that they are going $5 billion loan that they're going to take from Abu Dhabi. That's just it. In all of this, these were the same people that when they devalued the Naira, they told us that the Naira was going to find its value around 650 to 700 or thereabouts. Today, the Naira is 1.4 times 2 of that value size. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Eh? What are we talking about? So let's just even stop all of this back and forth that we're doing and have the real arguments. What I would just ask the Atiku team now is put the modeling on the table. Let's debate the modeling, because all of this we are not even talking as far as I'm concerned. We are not talking, and you see that's what tires me the most about Nigerian argument. We don't talk. We just be blowing hot here about sentiment. By now, let Atiku team put the modeling down for when oil is $60 per barrel. When will you need to subsidize? Because if oil is trending around $60 per barrel, will you really need a lot of subsidy? At oil must reach what points per barrel before your subsidy step in? Put the modeling down. That's where we should be talking now. Is it $80? Is it $90? Is it $100? It can't be at every point, because oil is very volatile. There was a point during COVID that oil got up to what's it called, negative. You didn't need subsidy then. Now, even then, I remember, I think even NNPC said that they even come out of subsidy, that they were not paying any subsidy because oil was negative. If oil is negative, you don't need to pay a subsidy. So at what rate will your subsidy kick in? If oil is $40-50 per barrel, you don't need a subsidy. You don't need a subsidy. So at what rate? Oil must be how much dollar at what rate when your subsidies will kick in? Is it going to be $60, $70, $80, $90 per barrel before your subsidy will kick in? At what rate will your subsidy kick in? These are the parts now we should be asking the Atiku team in this argument. It's not all the back and forth they are talking and everything. Because I'm not even sure that they have done the economic modeling. So it's not just to put an idea out. Then you have to do the economic modeling. And that's why you see, as you see all these presidential candidates, all of them are not ready, as far as I'm concerned. By now, you should, when you put an idea out, you should have done the economic modeling before you test the idea proposition. The economic modeling should also involve your scenario planning. So what we should be asking the Atiku team is not just telling Tinubu, you too, you still pay subsidy, 7.1. No. Where is the economic modeling? How much in tax breaks or tax rebate would you give when oil hits $70 per barrel? When oil hits $80 per barrel? At what threshold will your subsidy kick in? That's just it. And you also need to factor in the opportunity cost on your government revenue and how you are now going to make the money back. Because once that kicks in, your government revenue, there's going to be an opportunity cost. Are you going to make it back from import tariff? They just issued about 34 trillion naira worth of import tariff. Is it on that you are going to make the money back? How are you going to make it back? How are you going to be able to raise that revenue? Are you going to make it back by closing the budgetary loopholes? And going further, I just think all these development commissions that we're going to set up are another scam shop. I don't know if it was in the clause, but there must be a sunset clause for all these development commission. It can't be in perpetuity now. There must be a targeted goal and a sunset clause. If you can use legislation, wind them down. If it's the next 5 years or 6 years, wind them down. Now everybody needs one development commission. You are going to employ new bureaucracy. You are going to employ staff. You are going to pay personnel costs. You are going to pay pension. You are going to bloat the bureaucracy. And you are going to get nothing done. If you remember the case of NDDC, off your mic. So the further question we should be asking the Atiku team is now, Where is the blueprint for the calculation of at what threshold are you going to pull out the subsidies as we speak? I don't think it will make any sense to pull out subsidy at $30 per barrel or $40 per barrel or $20 per barrel. Let's even see the mathematical modeling. Let's see the cost attached. Don't just say we'll cap it. Let's see the mathematical modeling. Let's see the cost attached. That's just it. So this is Pujabi Amila speaking at the MBA conference.
Population and geography require. National headcount matters, but the decisive measure is how much professional policing reaches the public. Our reality today is police commands that look adequately staffed on paper, while whole communities remain hours away from help. Nigeria currently has approximately one police officer for every 650 citizens, compared with the widely used international benchmark of one officer for every 450 people. On paper alone, this leaves the country roughly 160 officers short. The practical deficit is greater because not every officer on the nominal strength is available for routine policing in our communities. When you consider that over an estimated 100,000 officers are deployed on administrative and special protection duties, the shortfall becomes even greater. State police services can expand the presence available across the country and place responsibility closer to the people affected by failure. However, increasing the numbers without changing the standard would create a greater danger. Police authority includes the power to search, arrest, detain, and in defined circumstances, to use force. Entry into that profession, therefore, should be among the most exacting processes in public service. Political recommendation cannot replace a background check. Training must prepare officers to understand the law, preserve evidence, and exercise force within lawful limits. Professionalism also depends on what the institution asks of an officer and what it gives in return. We cannot demand integrity while tolerating irregular pay, uncertain pensions, or neglect of officers injured in service. Policing should become a respected career that able Nigerians deliberately choose, with fair remuneration and a credible path for advancement. Accountability should be equally serious. An officer dismissed for brutality, extortion, or criminal association in one service should not, never, be able or allowed to reappear in another uniform elsewhere quietly. Local recruitment can improve intelligence because useful information begins with familiarity. An officer who knows the language, knows the roads, knows the relationships within a community is better placed to recognize what matters. That closeness also creates vulnerabilities. A police officer may face pressure from political patrons or old communal loyalties. Merit, diversity, and careful vetting will be essential. Public trust in the police will follow from the conduct of police personnel and institutions. Citizens will share information when they believe it will be protected and that police power has consequences when abused. Members of the bar, chairing the presidential working group has made one fact impossible for me to ignore. Public debate has greatly understated the scale of this undertaking. We are not drafting a permission slip for 36 additional departments. No. We are redesigning the way lawful force is organized in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We have to determine who may recruit and who may arm any officer. We have to determine who may direct operations and who investigates misconduct. We must establish how services work across state lines and what happens when one falls below the national standard. The constitutional process is only the first part of the work. Both chambers of the National Assembly have approved proposed changes that will permit a federal police service and state police services. The National Assembly must complete any remaining harmonization and transmit a common text to the state houses of assembly. At least 24 of the 36 state houses must approve the amendment before it can proceed for presidential assent. Until those steps are completed, state police remains a proposal. The Presidential Working Group is preparing the National Policing Bill while that process continues, because government should be ready when and if the amendment succeeds. The bill itself cannot create state police unless the Constitution first permits it. It is intended to provide the common framework for professional standards, state readiness, inspection, complaints, information sharing, firearms control, funding, and transition. A state that chooses to establish a service will still need its own law and institutions. It must show that the service can be sustained and meet the national conditions for operation. Existing security outfits cannot simply be renamed and handed wider powers. The Federal Police Service must also emerge stronger and more clearly focused. It will remain indispensable for federal offenses, interstate criminal networks, and specialist capabilities that no state should be expected to build alone. Clear rules will be required for joint operations, hot pursuit, and competing claims to jurisdiction. We will not build a system that allows a criminal to become invisible by crossing a state boundary. Local intelligence must become integral to policing in our communities. The question at the center of this session is larger than who polices Nigeria. We'll also have to answer who polices the police. A governor elected by the people cannot be removed from responsibility for public safety. He or she may properly set broad security priorities and seek legislative approval for the resources required. Operational command is different. No governor should possess the personal power to order the arrest of an opponent, stop an investigation, disperse a lawful meeting, or direct how officers act in an election. The law must draw that line through institutions, not through promises. Appointments and removals should not reward personal obedience to a political office holder. An officer who refuses an unlawful instruction needs protection. Serious misconduct by senior command cannot be investigated only by subordinates within the same chain. Oversight bodies require legal independence and access to records. Citizens need remedies while their rights can still be protected. Readiness also has a financial meaning. A state that can buy vehicles and uniforms for an inauguration but cannot meet payroll in the third year is not ready to operate a police service. Financial weakness can turn an armed institution towards informal payments, private patrons, and political dependence, as we have already seen demonstrated every day under our current arrangement. The recurring costs of salaries, pensions, training, communications, and independent oversight must be considered before a service begins operation. Policing also sits within a wider justice system. More arrests will not make Nigeria safer. If investigations remain weak, evidence is mishandled, or suspects disappear into unlawful detention. The measure of a police service is the number of crimes it lawfully solves and the confidence citizens place in its conduct. Now, this is familiar ground for the bar. Lawyers see every day how a defective investigation can defeat justice for the victim and the accused alike. Some concerns have focused on the timing of this reform and the approach of another election season. Now, let me be clear. Those concerns are understandable because police power can shape political competition, and the risk of partisan misuse must be taken seriously. However, that is an argument for stronger safeguards.
So this is some
not
of the
for
things that
indefinite delay.
Miller was saying at the end.
There is no election.
Glad to know that you're still there and listening to us. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and the program is Front Page Review. We just listened to Rufai Hussaini telling us what the debates or what the debate is concerning the fuel subsidy removal. We also heard the voice of Bajabia Mila when he was addressing the Nigerian Bar Association in their recent event, where we also have had a representative of Atiku Abubakar. We had Bajabia Mile there. We had Peter Obi in attendance and so many other presidential hopefuls. Atiku was represented by Rotimi Amechi, and maybe that's where we would say the report or the debate actually began. Let's rejoin Rufai for the next maybe 3-4 minutes to wrap up what he was saying. Rufai, good morning again, and welcome to the program. Yeah.
Morning. How are you?
Fine. So we have about 3 to 4 minutes, and let's just wrap it up on what we can say about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people have put out their debate In fact, I don't know why the last time Atiku was not there at that NPA conference. Because now that as part of the debate, why he said that maybe it is as part of the debate. I don't know why President Peter Obi said he's not going to resources and what he's going to do is going to deal with. See, I disagree with Peter Obi. And this is the argument. It is clear delusion for you to think government will be able to manage in a country that has a strong money capital. So that argument of we take what we ought to give to people in subsidy and we plow it into what's it called? Into taking care of people's education, still be weak. I mean, clients, after government pulled out subsidies, how much did they say they take from 15 trillion, right? 15 trillion, not what they went to put it down. So there was an opportunity cost for them. There was 15 trillion that you could have used to fix all the pre-existing roads before in Nigeria. That one was there. They didn't do it. But guess what they did? They took that same 15 trillion, went to plunge it to one that they gave to their friend to do. So you see what I'm saying about the opportunity cost? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's always going to be credit capital. And that's why people like us that are arguing that, I first supported something, okay, let's fly it into education and everything. But government has shown that it is incompetent. So let the people who will be benefiting from it so that we know that it's going directly to them one way or the other with lower prices and it's keeping inflation down. Rather than now thinking that this same government will be very altruistic enough to invest in people. No. You see, the subsidy debate, what they claim that, oh, okay, when we remove subsidy, it has not done it. It has just built a new class of crony capitalists. In this case, are the Shakuris that get almost all the contracts. That's just so from saying no, some people were chopping the money, some people were chopping the money, oh the waste that was going on, the corruption that was going on. Now with the removal of subsidy, you have not just concentrated all of that in the name of subsidy reinvestment project to one crony capitalist, which is Shakuri. Let's not deceive ourselves. Let's call a spade a spade. And that's the argument, and that's why I'm saying people like us should just cook in the first place, ensure that that money goes to the people. Simply that. Because we have learned from experience. Yeah, we supported subsidy removal before, but the pain is too much on it. And go and check for all of those talking. I had predicted this long ago. I famously had a debate with one of my colleagues. These were the things I talked about. That the rich, yes, can stomach it, but the poor, I was correct. When they finally pulled out subsidy, this was the argument I had. So you see, all my arguments have been tested and trusted for 5 years. People call me names then. Oh, who did the head does it think he is? All I said has come to pass. Go and check that. Go and check it online. This was the argument I was thinking. That people, a lot of people will suffer. A lot of people will suffer. And it has come to be. Hello?
We can hear you, but the audio is
Can you
not.
hear me?
Yeah, but the audio is not wonderful. So wrap it up in a short while. Okay. Uh, it's unfortunate the audio from Rufai is not really very good. Let's see if we can salvage that again. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. The audio is not too good, but we can hear you a little bit. So wrap it up.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Just wrap it up.
Okay. So that's what I was saying. That a lot of people will suffer. And I had these arguments just as subsidy was pulled out. And this is what it will do to the people. You are saying macroeconomics, foreign reserves and everything. How does it affect the people? How does it affect the people? You say, okay, to stabilize the currency and all of that. When people are dying, in the end, all the arguments you made, oh, it's going to lower debt, you still went ahead to collect the debts. In fact, you are borrowing at astronomical point. In fact, you have borrowed so much that you borrowed some money from Dubai that we are explaining. You should explain, give us the terms and conditions of it. The Minister of Finance came out to say that why does everybody want to know the terms of this borrowing? The same borrowing that the World Bank said was wrong, that we shouldn't do. So what are we saying, Yango? We love this country and we don't love crony capitalism. And for all of those that are saying it's going to hurt us, it's going to do this, tell this government to come out and show us the people that they gave import license worth 34 trillion naira in 1 year alone. Is that one more than any subsidy the government is paying on a yearly basis? Are they not subsidizing businesses for their friends and cronies? Tell the government to come out and show us the people that benefited from the 34 trillion naira import license. And God, please let me tell them to bring those people's names out. Are there not people that own private ports in this country that they bring things in, that they give them waivers on, that they collect free trade zone? Should we start talking? That the sea is close to their estates, that they collected a free trade zone for. We see ships there, we see ships come and dock around there. So may they tell us another one way we never know you go. They should tell us what we don't know. Are there not people that have private ports in this country with one Shekere customs man at the border post and their ships bringing things? Is there everything? Is there every charge and duty they pay on those things they bring in? All the cargo they bring in. Why are we deceiving ourselves, Yango? The problem is that this country has always rhined and died on deceit. In the same year when you are saying, oh, you want to save 15 trillion every year that goes to subsidy. In that same year, you gave import licenses worth 34 trillion times 2 of that subsidy money. Should be not the one where we see be that. What about the other ones? Eh? So it's just crony capitalism. If you don't understand, now when they come, they are making and they are telling themselves free market capital. It's a lie. Tell me one billionaire that didn't make money due to government patronage in this country. Tell me, show me one billionaire. Show me that there is no 1 naira of government patronage in his money. Go and show me. See the bank boys we want to talk about. Eh?
All right.
With the foreign skills. Show me, Yango, show me one billionaire. They should come out that did not make money due to government patronage out of all of them. They should show me one.
All right. The discussion continues, and I'm sure in the coming days we'll hear what all the candidates will be saying. Obi said
God
this is
bless you,
not true. Yeah.
Jerry.
Take care of yourself today.
No, it's not that. See, it's not that we don't want to cut costs, or we are
Yeah.
not saying we shouldn't phase out subsidy, or we don't agree with the argument. But in a country where the essence will be abused, like has been abused in Nigeria, so what's the essence? And I'm sure that's what informed Atiku's argument. So what's the essence in a country where it's still going to be abused? You made 15 trillion from subsidy. You say it's savings. Then the next thing, quickly, you are going to issue out a contract worth that same 15 trillion for just one road. Where there are other roads there, look at Agbo, beneath all the people have been there for 3 days on the road suffering.
Yeah.
Did you see the video on the internet of people brushing their mouth on the expressway? Oh, I've been here for 3 days. Oh. They said dead body even day inside one of the something dead body safe. Dead body traffic, oh, dead body. Somebody said they were carrying fish. All the fish where they get for don't rotting, don't spoil. How are you going to write those losses? Instead of you to take that same 15 trillion and go and do all the pre-existing roads, you not do them. You can't go start new road where you say you spend $1 billion on for 47 kilometers. And it is the same you that you think you can spend the subsidy money, right? And in all of this, they don't also add to the lie that when they say subsidy go for the first 1 year, NNPC is paying another 7 trillion. So me, if I'm going to calculate the amount of the so-called savings they said they made, it's not going to be the 15 trillion they are presenting. I will minus it from the NNPC 7 trillion.
Okay.
That's true.
All right.
This is where this company does that. When I talk about the matter, it makes me tense. How these people don't think all of us are fools.
Calm
No, it's true
down.
now. They don't think we are all fools. We are idiots.
Calm down and have
Eh?
a nice day. Yeah.
I beg, it is well, my brother.
Take care.
Mm.
It's a Tuesday morning, and we can never allow the problems of this country weigh us down. We will keep striving. This is our Nigeria, and what we want is a better Nigeria for all of us, not for any ethnic group, not for any political class, not for any business class. It's our Nigeria. And like someone said, a country is progressing only when the rich and mighty take public transportation, not when more people buy cars. That's not progress. If someone doesn't find the need to use his car because there is so much comfort and convenience in public transportation, that is progress. Not when more money comes into people's pockets and they're able to buy more cars and crowd the whole place. That's not progress. Not when people can get more money to get private security so that they don't be they are not kidnapped or killed on the street or robbed or something. That is not progress. Progress is when you can move freely, knowing that whether you're rich or whether you're poor, you are secure. That is progress. Do we have that here? We do not know. Prince Chilaka is here with me in the house.
I think you've just defined your own version of progress.
Yeah, but you know, people think that this government has made me have a car, but the other person who is not able to buy a car will be suffering. And you know, that quote, that paraphrase actually was from a quote that is not mine. That progress is determined by how many people do not have to need to provide for themselves to be able to buy a car, for instance, and all that. If you go to the UK, their prime minister sometimes takes the train,
Yeah.
takes the bus, and all that. That is progress.
Not like what we have in Nigeria, where even if the governor, for instance, needs to take the train, it means that the whole deck of the train will be cordoned off. Security men will not even allow people to get in.
True.
But I mean, in the UK, you just see him hold his briefcase and he walks into the train on his own.
He can even enter a restaurant and eat.
Oh, but in Nigeria, try it.
Away.
They'll chase everybody away to start with.
Even a local government chairman cannot do that in Nigeria.
What we have in Nigeria are not leaders, they are rulers. These are people who do not understand the essence of leadership. That leadership is about service to the people. But in Nigeria...
Even rulers, is that not a mild definition of the people?
In Nigeria, the people you have as leaders have come for you to serve them. So they have come to continue the slave trade where the colonial masters left over.
Interesting. I really do not know. Okay, now we're talking fuel subsidy. Atiku is dangling the carrot of subsidy on the masses, and everybody seems to go with him. Everybody who's calling will just tell you, if he's going to return the subsidy, I'm going with Atiku and all that. Yesterday, they had this clash of interest, or will I call it interest, of ideas about subsidy when they met at the NBA. Atiku was represented by Rotimi Amechi. There was Peter Obi there and all others. So, but where do you stand in this? It seems to be currying the favor of so many Nigerians because he just mentioned the fact that he will bring back subsidy without any blueprint.
For me, it's political juggernaut, so they say. It's just politics. It's just talk show. We've gotten to the point where we say you want to bring back subsidy. What price are you going to peg? You see, when we talk about removal of subsidy, has he also considered the fact that Nigeria has no refinery of its own? The 4 refineries we have in Nigeria, none is working. So let us not delude ourselves by always thinking we have a refinery that is owned by Dangote. It's a private business. So we cannot add that into the list of things we own as a country. So anybody talking about bringing back subsidy, you need to also tell us the peg. What figures are we looking at? Not just to tell us you want to bring back subsidy.
But you're mentioning Dangote as not being the government's refinery, but when they are talking about the achievements of this government, they mention it as well.
Well, when you mention it, nobody has told us. Don't forget that Dangote has come out to tell Nigerians that the land where the refinery is, he paid for it. It wasn't given to him free. So when you pay for something to put up something, you're just a capitalist looking out for yourself.
By the way, what's the connection between this present administration and the Dangote refinery?
The president said he's continuing from where the late Buhari stopped. So I think that's the connection.
Because I'm wondering what this is. I think this Dangote thing started in Jonathan's time. It was perfected by Buhari, and the opening was done actually in Buhari's time, even though a percentage of it was not operational at that time. So I don't know.
It was concluded in Buhari. Buhari made sure that he ended it.
So I don't.
So the thing is, as it stands now, I've been chatting with a friend of mine since yesterday, and I'm asking, what is APC going to use to campaign to Nigerians?
But they have the confidence that they are going to rule. In fact, one of the headlines today is that Yari, the campaign DG, is boasting that APC will remain beyond 2031.
Is it Yari the same former governor of Zamfara State?
Yeah.
Yari should come out and tell Nigerians what he did in Zamfara State. What are his legacies? What are his legacies in Zamfara State? Because when you come to the public to talk as a former governor, you should be able to tell us that even when you were governor of Zamfara State, these are your footprints, these are your legacies. But unfortunately in Nigeria, they don't care. These politicians don't care of anything. They don't even remember what the word legacy is. We have not gotten out of the 2023 we're in, already. We're talking about after 2031. So you can see the mindset of politicians.
It's just a deja vu playing in my head because PDP said the same thing. They're going to rule till
60 years.
After 60 years, and 60 and 16, maybe it rhymes. This one is saying beyond 2031, and I don't know where it is going to end because if these things continue, I really don't know. I really don't know where it's going to end.
Also, as I was saying, Yango, I'm wondering, do you know that nobody's talking about band anymore in electricity? We've all come back to zero.
Oh.
There's nothing like band A, band B, band C, bandwagon, bandits anymore. Because those in band A themselves, who were supposed to be enjoying 20 hours as the sale, so now some days, some people stay 3 days, 4 days, no light.
In band A?
Yes.
What would I know? I'm in rubber band.
You understand? So nobody's talking about it anymore.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
As it is today, there's a report saying that Ghana wants to supply you people with electricity.
Oh dear.
And I'm asking, Nigeria is supposed to be supplying 3 countries. I think Togo, Niger.
They are supplying 3 countries, and collectively these countries owed them, was it 25 million or so? At some point we were talking about it.
They're not even paying. So what they're doing is, instead of facing these countries that are owing them a lot of money, they prefer to, hold Nigerians to ransom. Nigerians will now pay for everything. So if Ghana on its own is talking about reaching out to, Ghana actually want to be in charge of the African hub in terms of electricity. Because the economy is already thriving. So what is wrong with our own economy? Where has the giant gone to? Has the giant gone to sleep? Or are we no longer the giant of Africa?
Benin, Togo, and Niger Republic.
Good.
They say they're owing us at 2026 17.45 billion naira unpaid electricity bills for the first quarter of 2026. That was the report. So we have electricity enough to supply these people. We've always been asking, and I don't know how that works. Maybe it's the same thing like we have insecurity here, and when a small problem in Benin happened, our own army were the ones that went and quelled everything that was going to happen in Benin Republic. So maybe that's what is happening. You don't have enough to eat, and you're giving out. That's benevolence as big brother that we are. Okay, so but that's the boast that APC is going to stay till after 2031, and Nigerians are asking, like you've just asked, what are they going to be campaigning with? You remember that there is a fake agency that came up again after they were trying to investigate their DME fake agency. Another one came out, and the DG or the head of that agency is fighting back and saying that everything is authentic, and this thing has stayed for 16 years, and this is what we've been doing. And the office of the Secretary to the Federation is mute about it.
It's mute. See, Yango, there's a lot going on. I remember here we talked about Adeyemi, and I said, this man cannot operate in isolation. He cannot. And I said, if he's operating, alone, how did he get a space to operate from at the Federal Secretariat? And I tried to give you a little example. I said, it's like me walking into this plaza and getting an office space without the knowledge of the...
With staff supplied by the management.
Well, no, let's talk about the structure first. Without the knowledge of the chairman of the place, without the knowledge of the HR, who is responsible for audit, staff audit and all of that, office space, and I'm operating here smoothly, and people come here for meetings, and you see them, nobody questions them, nobody raises an eyebrow, and you just think that I probably use the how do they put it, I came here and used some form of voodoo to placate everyone.
From the security to the
So there is more
receptionist
to it.
everybody.
There's, no matter how we look at it, there is more to it.
The trouble is, Nigerians feel that this is just a tip of the iceberg, as you're saying. There could be thousands of these agencies just floating that are not recognized by law, but are still making the money disappear in Nigeria. Anyway, within the APC, there seem to be some arguments. Ojudu faults Governor Abiodun over claims on Southwest Federal Roads. The Southwest Federal Roads, according to Abiodun, everything is Uhuru. The federal government is working. And Ojudu said, no, even if he cannot talk for the entire Southwest, he's talking for Ekiti State. And this is a terrible thing. So why is he saying that the federal government is doing well? Okpebolo is blaming the condition of the road on rains. So he's assuring motorists of renewed push as rain stall road projects. He's hanging it on rain.
Well, let's, like I keep saying, a lot of politicians, when they have the microphone to themselves, they just say what they want to say. They don't say, they don't look at the situation. There's no emotional intelligence in what they say. They just say it the way it is. We knew the rains were going to come. Mr. Yamgo. The rains just didn't come overnight. So as a governor who believes in providing services to your people, you're given an excuse that is because of the rains. But if the day they went to election in Osun State that all of them gathered, if it rained, would they have stopped going there?
I'm just asking, doesn't it rain in places like China, America, and others? And I'm asking myself, if the road has a problem within the rainy season, will it be left till the dry season?
Those places it doesn't rain.
So okay.
It doesn't rain. Yeah.
Okay, good answer.
It doesn't rain. So let us not deceive ourselves. It's a different world entirely.
Anyway,
and it's a world where your leaders go to and make photocopy, but by the time they get into Nigeria, the original copy they made becomes fake.
Anyway, congratulations to you. I wanted that to sink before I tell you the reason why I said so. NEL Fund, 322 billion disbursed to 1.2 million students, says Education Minister. So I'm congratulating you. I'm sure your family members
I don't have, none of my family member. No. See, the thing is...
So, but the data is here that they're saying that... Does it mean that it's possible that the government has really disbursed this, but the administrators of this NEL Fund are the ones that need to be probed? Because sometimes money really is disbursed by the government.
First of all, we need the Nigerian National Association of Nigerian Students. They should be doing their own audit.
The current one or the ones that you used to know?
Well, the current ones are
because I don't.
They are politicians.
Yeah,
but they should be able to. The students should hold them accountable. That's the essence why that body is there. They should be able to publish records to say, oh, in the first 6 months, across all the higher institutions in Nigeria, this is the number of people that got. This is the amount they got. That is what they should do, and not be jumping all around the place trying to endorse one politician or the other. When you talk about student union, what we have today, they are pepper tigers. They are shoe shiners, like my friend would say. So I'm challenging the National Association of Nigerian Students to come up and tell Nigerians that, okay, these are the figures. You must have your own figures. So that we will know who is telling the truth and who is lying.
But what about the institutions themselves? They keep.
I find it very insulting and very annoying that this government believes that an instrument of their campaign is NEL Fund. How many of them went to school collecting loans? How many? Are they not even ashamed to talk about it? You get into power, you make life difficult for people, you make the prices of things to go up, school fees to go up, house rent to go up, and then you now say you are providing a solution. And that solution is that you're giving loan to people. Is that not robbing Peter to pay Paul?
Well,
and then the students are jumping all over the place, happy. They didn't even give you a grant. They're giving you a loan that you will pay back. And you have not sat back to ask yourselves, how many of these people who are championing this loan went to school on loan?
Well, it's an interesting thing. The schools themselves are quiet, and I'm not sure a school has really come out categorically to say, in my institution, this is how much I've benefited, or my students have benefited
The schools
from
don't
this.
even have data. I can assure you that most schools are not even interested. Because the lecturers themselves, they are fighting for their own salaries and pay and wages and all of that. When they have not been sorted out, you now expect them to be carrying students' matter on their head.
Yeah, but one of also the campaign statements is that there's no more ASU strike.
Well, you that's on paper, but in practice, we know. I think one or two institutions under ASU, a few of them are on strike.
As we speak.
Yes. So it's all, see, it's called campaign. That's why I say what they tell you during campaign is something to confuse you the more.
They say no more queues for in the filling stations.
How would there be queue when fuel is 1,200 and 1,500? How many people are buying the fuel? How would there be queue? When an ordinary vulcanizer cannot afford fuel.
So that's why I was telling someone when they said there are no queues in Nigerian filling stations anymore. And I said, this is like someone killing all the children in a place and then coming to boast that he has made the place so good.
So
that
quiet.
It is very quiet now.
That's it. So when people say there are no queues, I ask you, how many Nigerians, these days, I don't know, if you could just, for the fun of it, just, walk to a filling station, stand by, just get friendly with the attendants and tell them you want to do a survey. You find out cars that come in 5,000, 10,000. Give me 10 liters.
Even buses that
7
we
liters.
enter, they will go to the filling station and beg, give me 35 for there. And then he drives to the next stop, and then he takes another 15 like
because
that.
he is calculating the number of passengers to know if he buys more than that, who will foot the balance of the bill. So when people say there is no queue, you ask yourself, are people buying it?
Same thing
How
happened.
many people are running their generators like before?
Same thing happened in Buhari's time, though. Buhari was boasting that a lot of people have gone into agriculture because the government is so good. Meanwhile, a lot of these people lost their jobs and they had no alternative.
Where are the rice pyramids?
Oh, those ones. Don't even get me started on that. But anyway, this is not just talking for talking's sake. This is the bringing out some things that we need our leaders to look into. Our leaders need to be accountable. They need to be responsible. They need to, those rice pyramids that you were talking about, there was reasonable evidence that they were not even rice pyramids. These monuments were built, and then rice was plastered on it, as it were.
Where is our national carrier?
We lent it to Kenya or Ethiopia. Is it Ethiopia? Yeah, we lent it to Ethiopia.
And
It's under repair.
this is how many years this government has been in power.
Under repair.
Nothing has come out of that probe.
Probe, okay. Anyway,
Better Edu was suspended. Where is the result of the probe? Today she's a member of the APC campaign council.
with another woman.
The other lady that was in, I think she was in the insurance or so. So what are we talking about? So I'm asking myself, I'm asking Nigerians,
Maybe they did a
what
private
is
investigation.
APC going to use?
Maybe they did
to
a private
campaign?
investigation and found out that they were not guilty.
And you feel Nigerians don't have a right to know? Because when you suspended them, it was made public. So when you now believe that they are innocent, you don't think we have a right to know, to tell us that, oh, we've concluded this investigation, this is our findings. Well, maybe, just maybe, now that campaigns have started, maybe there are some filling stations designated for APC members.
But there could be, because someone was saying if you go to Abuja, the campaign vehicles are more than the regular vehicles that are on the road. And if you come to Lagos here, I've seen a lot of campaign vehicles going around.
Don't use the word vehicles, use buses. The buses that are meant to be on the road as transport vehicles are all campaign
I've seen
vehicles.
the city boys, for instance, has a lot of Sienna cars and all that. So not just buses. So a lot of cars. Let's just use cars, buses, whatever it is, vehicles that are on the road with branded logos in everybody's face. I wonder if they're also paying the revenue that other parties will be paying. Because if you go to every state, a billboard, sometimes they're saying 150 million for a billboard, governorship or presidential. And I wonder why that is. Because if these people have been given the go-ahead, what kind of level playing field are you giving?
No, the whole idea is to stop you from campaigning, to make sure that you don't they don't see your billboard. But the campaigns are gone beyond. We are not interested in billboards. Billboard is not telling Nigerians how they will live the next day, how they will survive the next hour.
Anyway, let's.
Yesterday, let me tell you something. Yesterday, I was just going through the net, and then I saw that video when the president went to Chatham. When the president went to Chatham House.
Yeah.
And they talked about the issue of security and two things. And the president said something. He says, leadership is about, did he use the word collectiveness? It's about bringing everybody in. It's about giving responsibilities.
Okay, because he didn't want to talk.
And he said, the first question on security will be answered by
El Rufai.
El Rufai. And where is El Rufai today?
He's being secured. El Rufai is being secured right now. That's it. So he didn't answer any question. He delegated powers. And people were clapping that, you see, that's what a leader
But
does.
is he delegating the powers today?
He delegated powers. That's what a leader does. He doesn't take the credit for everything. And everybody else answered questions for him. Anyway, let's pay some bills and return in a moment.
Welcome to Golden Tulip, where every stay is a celebration of comfort and style. Discover beautifully designed rooms crafted for your relaxation and peace of mind. Savor delicious, expertly prepared meals at our exceptional restaurants. Relax and socialize at our elegant lounge bar. Refresh yourself at the vibrant pool bar and enjoy a soothing swim in our sparkling pool. Planning something special? Our spacious and sophisticated hall provides the perfect setting for weddings, conferences, and memorable events. Whether for business or leisure, we deliver excellence with unmatched hospitality. Comfort, class, premium experience. Book today and elevate your hospitality experience. Airport Golden Tulip. Stay golden. Live.
Voice of the people. Find your brand. Find your voice.
Okay, welcome back from the market. We are still here. It's Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and this is a front page review. It's your time with us now. Prince Chilaka is still here, chilling. Prince Chilaka is chilling. I like to use that. Okay. By the way, Prince Chilaka, from one of the fans that that won your donation to celebrate Adelike's victory.
No, I didn't say Adelike's victory.
Oh, sorry, the Oshun people's and the democracy's victory in Oshun. She sent her regards and thanks you for whatever you did. That was Vivian Love.
Wow.
That was Vivian Love.
It's okay.
So, yeah. Anyway, some other person can also decide to bless someone because you're listening to this. You can celebrate anything. Maybe you're doing your birthday, but you want to reach out to someone, and you call us and you send something, and we give it to somebody that you choose. Maybe you just want the next beggar we see on the street to be blessed, or maybe you just want someone in the hospital to be blessed, or anything. You can also do that. Anyway, this is Voice of the People and it's Front Page Review. We're opening our lines now for you to talk to us. It's 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. That's the number to call. The WhatsApp number is 081-7175-6338. 081-7175-6338. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, my name is Leonard Tanyaba.
All right, Leonard, put off your radio, please.
Yeah, let me tell you,
I had to cut you off. If you call us, please put off your radio and talk to us and keep it as short as possible. Hello, good morning.
Yes, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I am Go.
Good morning to you. Keep it short.
My name is Shola.
Yeah, Shola.
Yes, I'm calling. I greet Prince Chilaka. Morning, sir.
Morning, my brother.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes, sir.
The issue about this subsidy matter, I want to believe that because I've learned not to trust politicians in Nigeria anymore. And, they are taking advantage of us as Nigerians. Tinubu came in, removed subsidy. Obviously, he had no plans, and all the money they are collecting, they are squandering this money. It's only the supporters. I don't know. Maybe there's what they are gaining. Actually, when you talked about branded boss, last week I met a lady. There was a wedding in my area. She mentioned that because I saw branded APC bosses. She said, these politicians are cashing out. That they gave each person that came for the wedding Jack Daniel bottles, original. She showed me a bottle. And more than 2,000 people there. So what's my point here? Anybody defending this government, that means they are eating from there. So let's go back to the subsidy. The issue is that the problem of subsidy is corruption. Countries of the world, they are giving subsidy to their people. So if Atiku is now coming to tell us, I remember what's his name? Two-Face song. He be like, say they won't tell us another story. I just look at him and laugh. What are his plans? The only person I really admire, Obi, in that NBA, this thing, he said subsidy will remain. And, he was truthful. So we are tired of all these gimmicks. They just want to tell us what we want to hear. Didn't Tinubu say more than that? Amagbewale, he said when he comes, they will bring down the price of fuel. He did the opposite. So, we are just used to all these lies. And I don't know, it's left to Nigerians to just wake up.
Thank you.
And read the mess. Thank you. I have a lot to say about that.
Thank you, Shola. Shola. Thank you very much. Okay. Call us on the numbers that we have given to you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Yeah, good.
Yes, sir.
I greet you.
I greet you back.
I want to use the opportunity to greet my big brother, Brother Chiaka.
I greet you back, sir.
If your friend Chijoke, the one last time we met. Voice of last time.
How are you, sir?
No, thank God. Give glory to God. I'm fine. I'm okay. Yes, that one that cannot able to urinate to a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yagum, when you talk about this politics of today, I know that the truth is that, in every society, there is what they call witches and wizards. I know that there are some witches and wizards that want to hijack our country. But the truth is that we, Nigerians, we need to come back and rebuke those people. Actually, me, I'm an evangelist. I'm an evangelist. So, we need to see how we can able to chase these witches and wizards that is not making this country to prosper or to excel or for us to achieve what God have decided that this country will be. You understand? But for the campaign of Obi and other, I would like Obi, if Obi can come out, and declare and say he will make Nigeria what they call our fuel to be selling for 370, or you understand, to be selling for 370 or 470 naira. I don't mind to bring all my family members from village or call my community, everybody to vote for him. If he can just decide that, okay, he's bringing back the subsidy, no, and that subsidy will benefit Nigerians. And even the house rent, the way the house rent now is increasing. Where I was living, landlords from before I know, landlord from 250, house I'm paying 250, he increased it from 250 to 800. Is it no wickedness? Now we are bragging say it's 500 because somebody that have the money come and pay more than the amount. So because of that, somebody have already paid 500,000. He decides to say, okay, that will be a fight. So sometimes we Nigeria, we are the one causing all these things. We are the one causing all these things, intimidating other people because of maybe they have the upper hand. But forget that this world, whatever a man sows, I waiting to reap tomorrow. So please, I would like Obi to bring our resources, to bring fuel prices down to the poor masses so that we can able to vote for him. Vote for him. So that is his campaign. Let him work on it and God will bless him. God bless you, my brother.
Thank you very much.
Let me quickly respond.
But before you respond, please, is it Chijoke called himself? While you were talking, I was not even listening to what you were saying as much as thanking God for your life, because he was trying to tell you the conditions he was in at the time he met with you and said that now he's okay. So we bless God for you, and we hope that that health that you have now is sustainable. And this is part of the things that we're talking about. When a new government comes, let it be such a situation where
There's
people,
relief.
yes, people like you or anybody else who is Nigerian should not have to fight it alone. You know that government has your back. So whether there's subsidy or no subsidy, let the system run in such a way that we will have the good things of life and not even remember about the fuel we are buying. That's how it is. You go to other countries, that's what they do. Let me quickly pick up this call. Just hold your thought, Prince Chilaka. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Remy.
Yeah, this is Remy.
Yes,
I'm sure.
Remy from London.
Okay, go right ahead.
Thank you. You see, not fighting alone. No citizen should be left to fight alone. Look,
True.
nationhood and citizenship is about partnership,
Yeah.
right? I do for my country when I have the strength to do something. At my weak point, my country do for me back.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay. I was thinking the other day, as a Christian, I just thank God, say, God gave us salvation freely. I imagine if God decided to subsidize salvation and not give us freely, one devil can just rise up one day and remove subsidy, and humanity will be in trouble. Now, the debate around subsidy, and a lot of people are asking questions. When a cause is noble, and that noble cause is being abused, what do? You remove the abuse, right? In a sensible way.
Yeah.
But our own belief remove the cause. And we see what the removal of subsidy has cost us. The president keeps saying we are giving states more money. Papa, you give what state you give more money? Governors who already have access to so much money that they are not able to account for. Look, a good cause can be perished in the process of bad implementation. That's exactly what this thing has come to be. Now, anybody prohibiting debate around the possibility of bringing back subsidy, I kind of think they should take themselves, because Nigerians are, look, I live in England, for goodness sake, but I know the number of people who we have to intervene, number of people whose hospital bill we have to pay, because it's not luxury. They are not asking us for money that they want to do one bear party or do frivolous things. Basic things of life, health. If we do not intervene, a couple of people would have been dead. On Sunday, a friend of mine told me someone sent him a message. He was in church, and by the time he left the church service to take their message, they needed 60 something thousand naira to deposit at the hospital. And by the time he was ready to send them money, the person was dead. So if anybody tells you you don't need subsidy, you need subsidy of some form. The removal of subsidy has caused the nation pain, and you need to soften it and remove the pain or address it, even if you cannot remove it outrightly. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, you wanted to respond.
Yes, I think it's out of place to ask P2B to come and tell Nigerians that petrol will be sold at 400 naira and that he should use it as campaign strategy. P2B will not lie to Nigerians. People need to have that at the back of their mind. P2B will not come on the day of inauguration to say subsidy is gone. It's not practicable, you know. But P2B will tell you what should be done, and that is practical terms. And Nigerians need to go beyond somebody telling you, I will restore subsidy, I will restore fuel to this price. It's just story. How are you going to achieve it? What do you have on ground to be able to achieve that? These are questions Nigerians, we should probe, we should ask questions. If you're telling me you're going to return subsidy, you have not told me how you're going to do it. You understand? So anybody who comes and says, I will return subsidy, based on what? Refineries are not working. The tools you need to return that subsidy, they're not available. But the thing is, if government, let me say this, if this administration had applied the resources saved from subsidy to key sectors, roads, hospitals, insecurity, and all of that, people won't feel the pain of subsidy removal. When you remove subsidy, nothing is working. Nothing. Even electricity, the other day they claim they spend how many billions on electricity subsidy. I'm saying, who are they subsidizing it for?
Asuro cannot even pay bill.
So, and they now moved out.
So Oyo is for everybody. You're on your own. Please, let's read some messages. There's so many messages that we need to read, and we're going to definitely have a backlog. Okay. Peter B is right that subsidy must be retained because he will use the money saved from subsidy to build refinery, healthcare, education, and agriculture and create jobs for unemployed youths. And Daniel Bola is right. If you join APC, your brain will stop functioning well. Tinubu flags of Lagos, Ijebu dual roads, and Tinubu has not flagged of dilapidated Benin bypass roads because it is not in Southwest, and people are saying that Tinubu is a tribalistic man, and I agree with them. Leo from Lagos sent this in. It's so shameful and sad to know that our president, who is supposed to be an example of a corrupt-free individual, is now struggling to spend billions in order to hide and cover up various criminal cases. With the recent development in Nigeria, it seems that someone has bewitched Nigeria to the extent that they now accept anything as a norm. People can no longer talk or protest over various irregularities that have put our country, Nigeria, into a global mess. Nigerians are now so deaf, dumb, and purely incapacitated to act or speak against anything. Nevertheless, I still believe in revolution, which can only be achieved with our PVCs by voting the right candidate into power. Happy holiday to all. From His Royal Highness B.C. Nwoko. And we also have this one from, which one's saying, beautiful Tuesday to all Nigerians home and abroad. It's quite unfortunate that we are on our way to the promised land, but APC brought us back. Okay, we were on our way to the promised land, but APC brought us back to Egypt. Is that not wickedness in the highest order? Oh God, it is ours. Is it ours? If it is our sins that have caused us to give us APC as a punishment, please remove the cup of water full of bitterness against us, we plead. No good roads, healthcare, education, housing, electricity, feeding, drinking water. In fact, every sector in Nigeria is dead except corruption, lies, deceit, and propaganda. That's the only thing that is working perfectly in Nigeria. Oh God, arise and trouble those that are troubling Nigerians. Mayor from Ikotun sent that in. We also have this saying, the politicians have deceived the electorate so much in the past. In 2027 election, we need to be wise in selecting who governs us. As campaign continues, we are expecting the politicians seeking second term in office to tell us what they have done in the first term in office. The security, the electricity, the healthcare, the employment, they promise Nigerians, have they fulfilled? The answer is no. So why did they think they deserve second term in office? Fuel subsidy removal, to me, has not been benefited average Nigerians. It's only benefiting the politicians. Nigerians, shine your eyes and vote wisely come 2027. Benjamin from Shogunle sent this in. Let me take this. Can you keep it short? Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Yangu.
Good morning, my brother.
And I greet Mr. Tiliaka, Prince Tiliaka.
Morning.
Yeah, this is Boyeson from Aframidia.
Go on, Boyeson.
Prince Tiliaka, please, I want to ask you, what is the usefulness of our National Assembly? What are they doing?
Do we have one?
What laws beneficial to the society? What have they been doing for earning such humongous salaries? Please, I want to know. I want to hear from you.
Boyeson, do we have one?
They're in the campaign council. They're working.
Then why must they be there? What are they doing?
They are working.
Well, I don't know if you have one. I know that because I've not seen any law they've made that protects the ordinary Nigerian.
That is the same question I'm asking. Why are we allowing them? I mean, why can't those who are the aim of affairs, those who can speak, because I know I'm an ordinary citizen, those who can speak, why can't they ask questions and say, this National Assembly,
you are speaking as well.
Boyeson, you're not an ordinary citizen. No, you're not.
I am an ordinary citizen.
No, you are a Nigerian citizen that has the same rights as the Senate President, or even more rights than the President of Nigeria.
Because it is appalling.
Yes.
It is appalling that these people cannot they're just there. They call them rubber stamps and they maintain that name, rubber stamp. No improvement. A big shame to them. Big shame. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank God that you said the shame is to them, not to the Nigerian people. Nigerian people will have to decide in 2027. Some people say, when you go to Osun State, when you see everything that has happened, it's just a game plan, and the president, the Osun people, when it comes to 2027, will decide whether they were part of any meeting that maybe their governor had with the president or not. Nigerians will also decide whether they are part of any meeting that their governors have had with the present administration or not. Nigerians will have to choose their own type of leaders. That is all there is to it. It's just like marriage. Some people say the ring is the smallest handcuff that keeps you for life, but you choose it. So it is your truth, it is your choice, and then you learn to live with it. If we choose leaders that will enslave us forever, then so be it. But we will only get the leaders that we deserve, that we choose. And once you're doing something today and thinking that you can get away with it, tomorrow that same thing may haunt you. And that's why we have the Malamis of today and the El Rufais of today, you know,
and many more,
eating beans where they should be eating shawarma.
No, but Malami is on bail. He's out. It's not. It's only El Rufai that is still in. Maybe.
Did you ever think Malami would be touchable?
You know, there are a lot of theories around this Malami and El Rufai issue, and I think the one that's making the rounds is that because they say, oh, because Buhari is late.
Both of them are not in APC. That's all. That is all. If they repent now and say, okay, the Almighty, please forgive us. We're coming back to, if we have sinned, let's come back to APC. Everything shall be added unto them. Anyway, this is how far we can go for now. We will continue during the brunch to address some of these issues, and we're hoping that we can take all your messages and the calls, so don't be discouraged. We thank you for your time this morning, especially Prince Tilaka that made it here. Thank God these days rain is not flogging us every now and then. Thank you very much for your time.
No, it's not just the rains. I mean, thank God that even when the rains come, the roads are still motorable.
in Lagos. Okay, until we meet again tomorrow for another edition of the Front Page Review, my name is Nyamgul Agaji. Have a wonderful day.